welcome to Sports Chat, everyone. Isaac, David, Josh, back in your face, right in your face. It's been a long weekend. Yeah, let's get. We have a lot to talk about. We have the international break currently going on, and as a football fan, I'm really bored. As a soccer football fan, I'm very, very bored. Not that I'm not enjoying football. Of course, I am. But yeah, David, Josh, what's up?
I'm good. I don't know why you're bored. We have a lot of useless friendlies in the name of the
Exactly,
Nations League, and
useless.
we're enjoying them. We're enjoying
Exactly.
them. I mean, they don't give you much that this club has qualified, or the other one is leading a table here, but you enjoy the football. The football is still beautiful. They're the same players that we see elsewhere. And
I
for
know, man.
teams like Portugal, we enjoy the collection.
I know, David, you're also enjoying.
Actually, I'm enjoying myself because, on the one hand, as you have
Yeah,
framed the podcast today, of course, we
yeah,
have one eye on what our players are doing for their national teams, and then there have also
correct.
been some spectacular teams on the international scene. So some of those games have been really exciting, especially for players who haven't been enjoying some game time at club level. We have actually seen them play, and it looks, there've been some interesting stories in that regard.
All right, thank you. Yeah, once again, welcome to Sports Jazz, Isaac, Josh, and David. Uh, Sorry, just a minute. Yeah, welcome to Sports Jazz podcast, Isaac, Josh, and David. Let's get right on it. Today we have a very interesting topic, Josh. I don't know whether you've been following. It's a bit of a heartbreak for managers who have to wait for the international break to end and welcome their players with injuries. Sometimes even players do not finish the whole international competition, depending on how one wants to call it. We are looking at the. Just a minute. We are looking at the. We are looking at the international break, attrition, how injuries and players' workload impact EPL title contenders, and that goes for those teams that are really title contenders. Specifically, if we're looking at Arsenal, Liverpool, but for some reason we have to chip in Manchester United. Josh, you're letting me speak by myself, bro.
What do you? I don't even understand what you say you have to chip in. There's nothing you have to chip here. As in, when you talk about Man United, you talk about the biggest club in world football. I mean, whether you like it or not, it might not have won honors in about, I don't know, the number of years since 2013, but we still have a big name. We're still a big institution, and
Of
we
course
look
we
to
are.
have put our house in order. And
Of
when
course
you're
we
talking
are.
about contenders, if someone has actually put their house in order, they start to threaten. They start to look like the real deal. And as of now, we are looking like the real deal. Um, it's just a number of times that you will see these players show up, and they give us they put in a good shift for the club. So Man United is always there. You never start a season without Man United being a contender, no matter the circumstances it is in. But realistically, you can know that
That's a pretty
you
good
can only,
argument.
yeah, that you can only jump as far as
Man United fans should be
your
proud, or
height
rather,
can let you.
should be very proud. I don't know whether Snan is streaming today, but he should be very proud after you saying that. But well, yeah, just let's get right into it. Sorry, let's dive right into it. Let's talk about Manchester United today. We've seen Bruno Fernandes, we've seen Dalot, Ugarte, Garnacho, Maino, Onana, currently Nuji. Then we've seen at the league Lisandro Martinez. I mean, a lot of players were called for the international duty. Let's talk about Bruno Fernandes. He's, by the way, a very, very, very terrific player. He made 30 years, I think 2 days ago, if I'm not
Oh my
mistaken.
God.
But but yeah, I don't know whether you watched
Where would he
you
turn
watched the,
30? Man,
you watched the game.
I
Yes,
mean,
was it yesterday? A goal and 6 chances
yeah,
created
yeah,
for
I did.
Portugal.
I did.
He has
I did.
22 goals and assists in his last 18 games for Portugal. Ranked number one in the Premier League these last 2 seasons under Eric Ten Hag with a 6.7 in 2022-2023 out of 2022-2023. Of course, he has also created the most chances in the Premier League last season, and he's done so in 3 out of 4 of his campaigns, despite playing in a very unstable system. And altogether, he has 95 goals and assists for Manchester United, despite joining in January 2020. Bro, such an amazing player. He's played as a CB, played as a DM, CM, CAM, as a striker. Anyway, Manchester United. Josh, how are you? How is United? How should United prepare for Fernandes? I mean, it looks like he's not catching a break. Ain't you worried that he might gas out?
No, I'm actually Fernandez is not a player that I worry about because over the years he has showed that he has what it takes to give you high level performance week in week out. He's never really been the player who is sidelined due to injuries. He's always been fit. He's always given his best for the club. So, and when he's playing for um when he's playing for Portugal, I mean, he's just
Yeah.
another whole animal because he usually performs very well. And when I was watching the Portugal side, the past 2 games that they've played, they've really assembled a very good side. They have so many good players. The patterns of play are beautiful. In the first game, he was doing certain things with Dallo and Vitinha, and they looked very beautiful. And even the goal that he did score, he assisted Dallo. Dallo scored a goal, and Bruno Fernandes assisted him. The only question you would ask, by the way, Bruno Fernandes is the player who has never been sidelined due to injury. It is just recently at United where he was doubtful for a game because of, I think, even a broken finger. It wasn't really an injury. Anyhow,
Yeah.
he's a fit player. He gives you his best. He's always fit. He's always available. The only worry that you might be concerned about Bruno Fernandes is why he plays like that for Portugal and he does not play like that for Man United. Yes, he is the best player for Man United many a time, but it still doesn't help that when he's playing for Portugal, he just looks like a whole different animal.
Josh?
Yes.
Okay, I get you. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm also surprised he plays very good. I would like to say I think it's Manchester United that makes him look a bit off. I mean, is it the system? Is it Ten Hag? They really
No,
have to
it's
do
not
something
Ten
because you
Hag,
see a
that's
lot
for
of
sure.
because you see now, Josh, why I say it's Ten Hag, or rather asking, because every time he goes to the national team, he performs, man. He's splendid. He's performing so good. So it's a bit worrying that every time he comes again back to the club, he's not so good.
No, he is
Maybe,
good. He is good. It's just that most of the time I feel like United is letting him down, and I would have understood if Bruno Fernandes refused to sign an extension of his contract if he wanted to go and win things. If he had chosen to go to another club, I would clearly understand him, because for a club that is unstable, it is very hard for it to keep very top players. Then when you have a top player who has been at the club for 4 years and you're giving him another contract of say 4 years with an option to add a fifth year, and there's not really anything in it for him to win. He might choose to leave the club if he's not getting a very high wages. So I would have understood at the time. I always felt like United was letting him down with the instability at the club, not just the
At
managers,
least,
but whatever was going on with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, with as in they didn't give him a platform to be able to push the team to win something. Yet he looks like the player who can uh, take games by the scruff of the neck and hold the team through a bad patch to win things.
thank you. Yeah, David.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to chip in? You agree with Josh?
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with that observation. He's had moments where he's actually annoying, but now just in the recent UEFA Nations League game against Croatia, and we've seen that usually at the international level, he seems to be better. You know, at United he shows quality, but then on international level he seems to live up to the quality, to become the player we want to see probably at club level. Maybe that's also because there's a better team at Portugal. It seems this is a second cycle. It seems to me that Portugal has assembled, even though the manager is new. Portugal has lately, unlike in the past, learned how to assemble very, very good teams. And Bruno Fernandes slots in very well in a good midfield with Vitinha and Bernardo Silva. You can see that he plays happy. He has that spark once again. He combines well with his compatriots at Portugal, which is not the case at United. So just that game alone showed us the Bruno Fernandes we want to see at club level. Hopefully we'll see it over the weekend again. But of course, there are doubts over that because of the situation at United.
Well, I do think he's going to play over the weekend. No doubt he's going to play, regardless of whatever comes out. And Josh, let's also look at Joshua Zirkzee. Scored a goal for Netherlands. Yeah.
Yeah,
what do you
what
have
a
to say about
debut.
that? Yeah.
What a debut. What a debut that he had. I mean, he did Ronald Koeman chose him to play up front ahead of Vegas due to the absence of Memphis Depay. And yeah, he's in fine form. He's in fine form. For me, he looked like he's not yet ready. He's not yet there. He looked like he's not fully fit or much sharp. But the touches that he had on the ball every time that the ball came to him were beautiful. And the way he took his goal, it was a very audacious goal. Not many players can can have the mind to do the thing that he did, to hit the ball with the back of his head into the net. It looks
Yeah.
very simple, but it was such an audacious goal, and from a very bold player. Uh, he scored a goal and assisted Reinders. Even his assist, the way he just passed the ball to him, the pass itself, it was neat. It was neat, but he still looks like he's not fully fit. He looks like he's not maybe much
I
sharp,
think he needs more
or
games. He
he's
needs more game
adjusting.
time.
Yeah, he needs more games, or he's adjusting to his new environment. Because remember, much as it's a national team, that's also a whole new environment for him.
Yeah, and we also have Rasmus Holland. Well,
Unfortunately, he didn't get injured. Yeah, Rasmus Højlund is back in training. Is the after the international break, he might be
this,
available for selection.
yeah, I mean that's
And
very good news.
we were fortunate that at least he didn't miss 5 games. He missed the first 3, but he might be available after the international break, which is a good thing because Rasmus Højlund is a very different player from Joshua Zirkzee. The thing that he will give you another dynamic in your attack,
Yeah,
which is a good
David,
thing to have.
David.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had
Yes.
Harry
So
Maguire. Sorry, you wanted to add on something?
yeah, I'm seeing a pattern here. You know how we were talking about how club managers actually struggling with that workload management, especially with the all these new players who are coming in, particularly for United. By the way, this problem is more prevalent at United as things stand. So again, we're seeing Joshua Zaxi. He seemed slightly off the pace, but yet again looking brilliant.
Yeah.
And it's a very hard thing to look at, knowing that we have just seen him start very, very brightly at United, and then almost immediately falling off the mark. I don't know what maybe it's harder to acclimatize at Old Trafford because there are more new players or more unfamiliar faces and profiles that he has
Even
to
the weather,
run with. But
even
then,
the weather in the north does not help.
Josh.
yeah,
It
and
never
probably that
shines.
that shift,
I
including
don't
that
think the weather
climate
is an
climate
issue,
thing,
really.
It
it actually
is.
is.
I mean, you imagine a player like me, leaving Africa and going to the north. I
Josh.
mean, it shines every day, and it rains almost the whole year
Yo,
there.
and by
Yeah.
the way,
So
yeah, David. Okay, sorry.
no, we can go ahead. We can go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say it's surprising. I've seen. Anyway, it's not surprising. That's what I want to say. It's not surprising that Rashford wasn't called up, so he should be ready. No excuses, no nothing. I've seen a few clips of him on X, former Twitter. Trying to put in working hard. I think he should work 3 times more than he's working now. Trust me, he's been awful. Then we look at Harry Maguire, David.
Yeah, but you know the players who actually.
Yeah,
I don't know
okay,
why
David.
all these players like taking selfies and stuff like that. If you're working hard, don't take selfies.
I
Just work
know.
hard.
That's
Come
why I
and
like
show us you're
Bruno. He
working
barely
hard.
does that.
Take selfies of the goal celebration.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
bit old school. Is
Yeah,
that?
it's destructive. It's almost as though he's giving the media more, gunpowder or more artillery to attack him. Because first of all, I think it's bad for him that England didn't call him up. It's
Very
really
bad.
terrible for him that England didn't call him up.
That
The
shows
fact
how
that
bad
England wasn't
he is.
exactly traveling very far, they're only going to Ireland. That's like traveling for a club game. I think he has missed
David.
an opportunity to maintain match sharpness.
David, that's what I keep on telling Josh,
So
and he keeps saying
in
start him. But the fact
He's
that he's
fallen off the
not even
wagon.
called up, the fact that he's not even being called up, it shows how
He's
awful
fallen off
he
the
is
wagon
currently.
because even at the Euros, England has an embarrassment of riches in those areas. The attacking areas for England. They have quite a number of players, and Anthony Gordon even went to the Euros and did not kick a ball. But this time he kicks a ball, and even I think he scored in the first game that England played. But Rashford has to really work hard. England kind of even forgot that he exists. Just like Jadon Sancho. For Jadon Sancho, I don't. I think he should switch nationalities. I don't think he will be playing for England again because the people who are in front of him are more hungrier.
Well, let's talk
yeah,
about Harry
to think
Maguire.
that
David, okay, please go ahead.
to
Then we talk about Maguire.
yeah, still we're still on England. Yes, to think that Jack Grealish, who has been on bench for majority of the time, who's struggling to get game time at City, was called in Rashford's stead because that number Rashford had made it his own for a while. But we're seeing Jack Grealish coming in, even scoring a goal and looking very, very sharp. You start to worry about Rashford because his age is on his side, everything is still on his side, but something about the environment is not helping him, or even himself. Maybe he needs to exert himself
He's
a
not
little
helping
more.
himself. That's what I want to think.
Yeah.
And
On that
then
same
Harry
note,
Maguire,
actually, David, you would think that maybe Rashford ditching Man United and moving abroad would help him because when you look
Let
at the
him go to
player,
Italy.
when you look at the profile of the player, he has everything that you would want from a forward, a left wing forward, and yet maybe he has so many people around him who are just telling him the wrong stuff and pointing out at people who may be hating him or not hating him, and psychologically they are affecting the way he's preparing himself for these games. But for me, he's a player that I would take any day, because you just think that if this guy
Josh,
gives
not
me even
anymore.
60, if Rashford gave you 60%, I would take him over Gordon giving me 100%.
Yeah, but he's not doing that, Josh. Unfortunately.
Yes, David Maguire.
Oh, David, hold up. Josh, Maguire he played 85 minutes. One tackle, one foul, 57 accurate passes. Uh, I mean, it looks like we see. By the way, I was going to talk about the England manager Lakers League. Then I see Nick in the comment section. Nations League is really not needed. I agree. It says Lakers first game in charge look very good. Players shown with his tactics, especially Rice, Trent, and Saka, Grealish, and Gallagher. Um, what do you think about Maguire featuring? Of course, he's going to come back. It looks like he's not injured. He has not been injured yet, or he didn't pick up. Sorry, he didn't pick up an injury. And also, even if we are to track his injury record, he's not injury prone. By the way, he's not injury prone. But well, it looks like he had a decent
But
game.
last season, he was among the defenders who were getting injured every other day. Evans and
Yeah.
Varane, who were a partnership that was used more than any other, and
Mm.
Maguire was in there. But I like it for him to be well, to be healthy enough so that United can be able to move him on in January. I mean, yeah, it's a good option.
Yo,
it's,
Josh.
it's
Time
a
is
good
again. Let's
option
go.
for us, man. It's a
Let's
good
go to
option
Ahmad
for us.
Diallo. Ahmad Diallo. I played 70
Yeah,
minutes. Mm.
yeah, he played 70 minutes for Ivory Coast, and Ivory Coast won 2-0. He had a good show out. Yeah, it's only unfortunate that he didn't bag one of those goals, but yeah, he had a good game. He had a good game. So that is positive for him. Though being United's brightest player, you would worry about him having traveled to Africa to play the game, but and he still has a game to play. So
And
you hope that he remains fit and nothing happens. But of course, during that game against Southampton, at least the jet lag will show. The jet lag will show, no matter what
lastly,
happens. That's why United must prepare itself to win this game really quickly.
lastly on
Score
United,
early
Josh.
goals, stretch it.
You mean the game
Yes,
against Southampton?
yes, score early goals. Everyone is a bit tired. Score early
Mm.
goals, stretch the game so you can easily get out of it. But the longer the game goes on
Sorry.
with a small goal margin or at nil-nil, the team that has the players that have traveled the most might just be caught out.
Josh,
Well,
let's talk about.
maybe about Delict.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
delete, delete.
yeah, about Delict, there was that goal in the 5-2, the 5-2 thrashing of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Mm.
The media came out and they were asking Ronald Koeman about Delict and the mistakes that he made. There was a mistake on the second goal. There was a miscommunication between him and the keeper. But for me, that is not really a mistake to take home for players who have not been playing together. Delict just thought the keeper had reached to catch the ball and he hadn't. So just a slight miscommunication, but he had a decent game. He played actually very well. And I can actually put it on Ronald Koeman, who chose to freeze him out of the squad.
Josh, let's talk about Manuel Ugarte. I mean, there was a bit of controversy. We saw Ten Hag coming out I think it was after the Liverpool loss, where United lost 3-0 at Old Trafford. Ten Hag came out and said He can't just walk straight into the team. He needs weeks or even maybe months for him to get match fit and all that. But guess what? We see, because he wasn't training back then before the transfer from PSG, but we see they called him at Uruguay, walked straight into the team. He got minutes. He played minutes, 79 minutes. Those, I mean, what excuse? And he's still by the, he's not injured. I mean, it's a good thing, but I want you to relate the whole situation to what Ten Hag said. Him not, because it looks like the manager, Uruguay managers, proved him otherwise.
No, come on. I mean, the media just wants to milk the situation
No, he
because
said
it's a
it.
United player. No, he did say it, but they just want to milk the situation because it's a United player, and a number of English media outlets are very disrespectful of Eric Ten Hag. They actually say a lot of things which I do not think they would be able to say them to other managers. I don't
Mm,
see any other manager who has been attacked more than Eric Ten Hag has been attacked. So whatever he said about his player when he signed him was only to protect his player. So you do not bombard him with questions in the media every other press conference
man, that
that
exchange was not nice,
going to
but I
start
like the way he
today.
handled it.
Yeah.
That exchange wasn't really nice, although I like the way Ten
Yes.
Hag
Yes.
handled it.
Yes. So I mean it's good that even when he says what he says, he's protecting his player because tomorrow some media outlet is going to come and they are hell bent on pressing him on Manuel Ugarte. Will Manuel
Correct.
Ugarte start? Will Manuel Ugarte be this? Will Manuel Ugarte be that? But you should know that Manuel Ugarte is a player from Uruguay. He's a player from the league in France. He's been at PSG. There's time for him to acclimatize to the situation, his new environment.
Mm,
He has to adapt to the style of play that Eric Ten Hag has. So, I mean, for a player who was just trained for about for a player who was just trained for about um, 3 days, there's no way you're asking him to come straight into the team. And now it is so unfortunate that his uh, his progress into being ready to play for the first team was hampered by the international break when they called him to go and represent his country. Because yes, much as he went to represent his country, he did not play against Guatemala in the first international friendly that they did have. But thereafter, he played the game against Paraguay, the nil-nil draw. He played
yeah,
70 minutes. 79
79.
minutes shows you,
Yeah.
yes, 79 minutes shows you that even the because Ugat is arguably the best player for Uruguay at the moment, because at the Copa America he was their best player. So it would just show you that he's a player they are using sparingly. The fact that they have another game against Venezuela, so they're getting minutes into him
I hope
because
he
he has
plays
not
against
played for a long
Venezuela.
time.
Yeah.
No, I hope he does not play because it is going to be very hard for Man United.
No, you want
Yes,
him
it's
to
going.
play. You want him to get match fit. You want him to get minutes. Why wouldn't you want to get? I know you're scared. Maybe you're worried he might get
He'll
injured.
get injured.
He
Yeah, you
could
can.
be back. Look at the case of
No, you can get
Merino.
injured
Look at the case
climbing
of
the
Merino. He
staircase
got
to your
injured
house.
while in training by a, by a teammate, so he can
No,
always
no,
get
no.
injured.
Yeah, I don't mind him playing an hour of football or even 30 minutes in that game. But
79 minutes is
what I
very
know
okay.
is a player coming from South America, uh, he has to be rested. Especially a player
Maybe
like
Vijana.
Ugarte. He's just joined Man United. He's acclimatizing to his new environment. He's gone to Uruguay and played before even he's trained with his teammates. Then he comes back. Uh, let's say let's say the game is on 11th. Yeah. When do we play Southampton?
Over
14th.
the weekend.
Yeah. So 11th is today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The game is on Wednesday, right? Against Venezuela. So
Mm.
let's say he will leave on Thursday,
He plays
yeah, to come
Southampton on
to
Saturday.
England.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing on Saturday. He's going to get to England on Friday or Thursday. So you expect him to jump right into it. A new player, just one training session, and you go and play against Southampton. You don't want to be in a
Well,
situation where you throw on a player and the player is so bad that his confidence is broken and is going to be useless for more than a
well,
month.
yes. Well, Nick says Man United needs someone who can control the tempo of the game, knows when to accelerate and play, knows when to accelerate the play, and knows when to slow down when needed. 100%, they do need that. They do need that.
Unfortunately, that is not the player that Ugarte is. Is not the player that Ugarte is, but
Then you should
maybe
be
you
more
can.
worried.
No, maybe you can say that with the presence of Manuel Ugarte, who has legs and the lungs to burst forward and around the pitch, around the middle of the pitch, that Kobe Mainu is that player. He's going to
Mm,
just come down, and I hope that he's the one who is tasked with controlling the tempo of the game, because he does that even with the chaos in midfield. Even when Liverpool was running rings around us in the second half, he just picked his moments and started to try to dictate the tempo of the game. He does not shy away from challenges or ghosting away from one or two, three players. So I do feel that Kobe Maino is the one who will play that role, be more controlled, more composed, and
okay.
control the tempo of the game.
All right, Josh. Thank you so much once again. Sports Jazz, thank you so much for tuning in, streaming with us. Nick, shout outs to you, brother. Yeah, of course, Josh and Isaac right here. Let's talk. Let's proceed and go to Arsenal. Josh, Calafiori injured. What a setback, man. Because remember, you have Merino who also got injured. Now Calafiori. That is why most people are so against. That's what Nick was saying. I mean, sometimes these matches are not really needed, and players also need to rest. And there you go, Calafiori injured. Not sure when he's coming back. A setback for Arsenal because you need him. You need all your tools. You need all your artillery ready. Uh, I
Yo,
mean,
it was so unfortunate for Calafiori, because I mean, this is a very talented footballer. This is a player
mm,
I'd never want to get injured. Despite him having not come to United and ended up at Arsenal, I was just raring to see this player play for Arsenal, because for me, I kind of felt that Arsenal will have a very strong backline with Calafiori, Timber, Saliba, and yeah, Calafiori, Timber right back, Saliba in
Ben White.
okay, Ben White,
Ah,
yeah,
no, 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 no,
yeah,
no, no. You say Timber. I think
no,
Timber comes in for Ben White.
Timber right back, left back,
Calafiori left back.
no,
Yeah.
okay, Timber left back, Calafiori the center back with William
Ah,
Saliba,
okay.
yes, and
And
then
Gabriel,
Ben
you
White
want
is on the
Gabriel
right.
out? I think Gabriel has been.
Yeah. No, Calafiori is a footballer. Gabriel is a guy who plays football. I mean, he's good at it, but he can play football. Whereas the other one is a footballer proper. I mean, he's going to give you things that Gabriel will never give you.
Just
Gabriel has done very well. He has a formidable partnership, but it was even unfortunate the manner in which he got the injury, because Usman Dembele is fouled by Bastoni, and he just rolls over, and these studs end up landing on the ankle of Calafiori. So he might miss a few games, but
oh
I
yes,
hope that
unfortunate.
he gets back. And now Mikel Arteta is in a real fix, because he bought
Yes.
these players for reinforcement, making sure that they are
Mm,
available to push his team. Now, Mikel Merino, his two additions of the summer are not available. It's so he has the same squad that he had last season, and by adding those two players, he was not convinced that his squad was big enough. So he bought these players. He let go of several players: Edin Ketia, Fabio Vieira, Emil Smith Rowe. So when he let go of these players, you would think that he wanted these players to come and reinforce. But such is football. There are going to always be injuries in football, and Calafiori unfortunately got injured. I hope he's not out for long.
I also hope he comes back very soon. We see Nick saying Arsenal versus Spurs is a very important. Is very important for both teams, 100%, and they cannot wait.
Really?
Arsenal fans, I
Maybe
like it,
because
but I'd
maybe
love to
because
see.
of this.
I'd love to
Maybe
see
because
Postecoglou. I'd love to see Postecoglou punishing. I'm saying that without
I
a
don't
straight face in the
I
camera.
don't
Let
think
me
I
look.
don't think he has what it takes to
Look, I'm looking this side.
for me now. Let
Not
me tell you, by the way, don't
Josh,
hate.
not straight in the
Yeah.
camera. So I'm facing this side, and I'm saying I would love to see Postecoglou shock.
Let me tell you so. To me, Ange Postecoglou looks like a guy who was the best in his among his friends at playing Football Manager. So I mean, he just he just
Oh, Josh, come on, man. Come on.
yeah. No, I'm just saying.
So,
No
in
hate.
other words, you're saying
But
it's a walkover for Arsenal. They are going to lose.
no. It's not a walkover because it's a derby. I
No,
mean,
yo, you
the
just
game is a
compared the
derby.
man.
Arsenal
In other
always
words,
wins it, but it's a very difficult game, especially under the circumstances that there's one or two players, even if they are not starters for Arsenal, and they've just been brought in and have not been playing. It's difficult to know that your team is dented. Psychologically, it might just affect you in ways because you just
anyway,
thought that you had this player that you would bring on if things were not. But they do have Jurien Timber, a player they never
yeah, he
had last
played.
season, and
He has played
he's
also full 90 minutes, not injured for
he's
Netherlands.
true. So
We have
maybe
Kai Havertz, who has also played for Germany.
yeah.
Not
And
injured.
Kai Havertz is in good form. He's in
Yeah,
good
very, very
form.
good
He
form.
looks
Lisandro
he
Trossard
looks very
did play
good on the
for
pitch.
Lisandro Trossard did play
Belgium.
for Belgium, sorry.
Mm.
I don't know if he's going to play in the next game. Then you have, of course, Declan Rice. Um,
The man scored a goal against Ireland. I mean, he represented Ireland
and he's not injured.
as a youth player, but
But I think
he chose
Ireland.
his.
I don't see Liverpool. Sorry, why am I speaking? England fans, the Three Lion fans shouldn't be really very happy about the score against Ireland. I really
Why?
underrate Ireland. I underrate Ireland, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
True.
So I think it's
Like
not.
Nick Fadley said,
Mm,
I mean, he said that Lee Casley's first game in charge was very good. Players shown with his tactics, especially Rice, Trent, even Saka, Grealish, and Gallagher. But I wanted to tell him that they were only playing Ireland, and for larger spells of the game, they looked like they were not playing anything tactical. They were
yeah, we
just
see.
running about the pitch and picking up goals.
Nick goes on to say 2-2, but Spurs exposed on the break. Maybe 3-1
Yes.
to Arsenal. That is
Now
correct.
that's the thing I was telling you about Football Manager. I mean, these are very nice things to read and put out there, but they can easily be picked out in real life. I mean, he has a very quick centre back in this Dutchman, Van der Ven, but I see that Arsenal side just tearing him apart.
They
I would
will
love for
100%.
Spurs to win the game. I would love for Spurs to win the game because they've had a very poor start to the season. And if they keep going like this, then they will not be one of the teams that will trouble the bigger teams to collect points here and there and make the league more interesting. So you don't want them to fall behind. So yeah.
Anyway, wait. Oh god. Okay, Josh. Let's go to Liverpool. They've almost registered no injuries. If I can see,
Ibrahim Konate was
it's Konate.
another minor knock.
Yeah. But it's not a very serious one. Yeah. In other words, they almost registers zero. They almost register zero injuries. Let me see. Okay. Then the Egyptian king is okay.
Yeah, it
Diogo
is.
Jota is okay. Van
But you know,
Dijk
the
is
games
okay.
get done. There's like another round of games.
Mm.
There's another round of games, as in some players like Ugarte will be playing on I think Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, and then
By
United
the,
plays
I think
again.
that's why you were saying South American games.
Yeah,
I think that makes. I mean, that makes a case when you try to say he needs to rest. I mean, not walking straight into the Manchester United thing.
he
But
will have
well,
to rest. I mean, the guy can get injured because he can get a muscle injury because of you know, the jet lag
once
and stuff
again,
like.
Sports Jazz, Josh and Isaac. We're looking at the injuries and player workload, the impact on the international break. I mean, because I know it leaves most managers do not want this. Once again, please do subscribe, keep subscribing, hit and like Sports Jazz, the channel, follow. If you can share it among your friends, among everyone, guys. Yeah, let's have the channel grow. Already we are almost hitting 3,500 subscribers, and shout out to everyone who's been subscribing. But let's get Josh. Yeah, still on Liverpool. Are you worried? I mean, are they coming back firing? Because as I've said, they haven't really registered apart from Ibrahim Konate, who got a minor,
Yeah,
who has a
Diogo
minor
Jota
concern
has not been given a lot of minutes
minutes.
for
Yeah,
Portugal, but he has played. He has played here and there. He missed. He missed the opportunity to score the goal that Ronaldo eventually scored and won Portugal the game against Scotland when Scott McTominay had put Scotland in front very early on in the game. But I do not worry about Liverpool players who are just within Europe. The
yeah.
one who would be of concern is Louis Diaz and the Egyptian Pharaoh,
And
because of
yeah,
the
by the way,
distances they will have to travel.
He scored.
Yeah,
Josh, I'm saying Salah, the Egyptian. I mean, you just talked about him.
of course he scored.
He scored. That's what I'm trying to say. Yo, he's
Yeah,
having
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
really.
Of course he
Yeah,
scored.
Salah is having an amazing time, by the way. This season, he's having an
Yeah,
amazing
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
He
He's on
looks like a
form. He's on
fresh
form.
signing.
But
Yeah,
you see, these managers have to really manage that situation of players. They have to manage that situation of players when they're coming back, when they're going, and what. Because I had a story about I had a story of Patrice Evra, and while he was at Juventus, they used to have these things where players go into pre-season and they're kept in a hotel and what. Then they come from the hotel and go for the pre-season games. And one time they reached the pre-season grounds, and all the players left the plane to go to the pitch and train. 9 of the players did not start the season because they were injured. You understand? So
I understand. I understand. It's not easy.
yeah,
But
yeah. You gotta take time.
yeah, you have to take time. I'm just impressed that Mo Salah is. I mean, his game is really so tight. By game, I mean the level of performance this season has been impressive, straight from the preseason, then the season, the league itself, Premier League. He's scoring, he's assisting,
You see,
absolutely immense.
why you would admire a player like Mo Salah is because he has taken time to look after himself and put himself in the very best shape to be able
Yeah,
to compete at that level. But when you compare Mo Salah, who is towards his mid 30s, is 31, 32?
31, I think.
He's about 31 or 32 years, but when you look at Mo Salah and how he takes care of himself, then you compare him with a player like Jadon Sancho, who is about 26 years old, as in it beggars belief. Yeah, it beggars belief. You can't imagine that Jadon Sancho is that young and that disinterested in football. So I mean, Mo Salah
Sanchez is not serious.
is poised to have a very good season
Sanchez is
this
not
season.
serious, and I can tell you he's not going to shine at Chelsea. The good thing is an
Even when he
obligation. Is it an
shines,
obligation to buy? Yeah, I think it is. So
I hope so.
he's
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. It is. He
he's
gotta
not going to
go,
shine
man.
at Chelsea.
I hope
He's
he
not going to
shines at
shine.
Chelsea. I do not care about where he shines. Let
No,
him
I also
shine.
want him to shine, but I'm just saying I don't think he's going to. I would want him to, but I mean
You see,
the
there
way
are
he even
things. You
left the
see the
club,
thing you keep
so
telling me about
disrespectful.
Marcus. Yeah, the thing you keep telling me about Marcus Rashford. You know why Marcus Rashford is still in the good books of so many people?
I think his
Is because he
attitude.
has not been. Yeah, he's not been caught on the other side
Bro,
of the law
Sancho,
so many
bro,
times. So
Sancho
Sancho almost every
doesn't
other
have
time.
any picture of, rather, as a Manchester United player. Not even the jersey, not even nothing. It's awful. It's awful, you know. And did you
Yeah,
see? I
but
don't know whether
he
you saw
had
the
to go.
farewell message. He just said, "Thank you, Manchester United fans." Blah blah blah. That's it. And he ended, and people were coming at
Let
you,
him
Manchester
go,
United
man. Let
fans.
him go. But we were
Uh,
robbed. We were robbed.
yeah, I know, bro. 72 million
Yeah, we
pounds.
filed a police report, and
Thanks to Ole Gunnar,
Ineos is here. Thanks to Ed Woodward and his team,
Ed Woodward. You have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Arnold, and
Yeah, I know, I know, I know. That was crazy. But yeah, Josh, anything we should look up for? I mean, the international break. Which game are you looking up for? The international break.
um, today I'm looking out for Uganda. Uganda is going to play Congo Brazzaville. That is the game that I have my eyes on. I just want to see what Uganda can offer, because there are there are very many new young players who have been
I'm giving
given
you
an
one eye.
opportunity.
I'm giving you one eye because I didn't see
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
coming. But
yeah. There are very many new young players who have been given an opportunity, which was not the case before. So I
yeah,
would like to see the younger players and how they will hold themselves in this team. So that's the
Nick.
game I really
Nick, by
I'm
the way, I
looking up
saw
to.
you in
It
the comment
comes up at
section last
7.
time when Uganda was playing South Africa. Saw you in the comment
Yeah,
section.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Man,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
respect
yeah,
Nick.
yeah. You see how our
Respect Nick.
boys are good on those shots. They're very good on those
Oh,
shots.
those were very, very beautiful goals, by the way. Very,
Yeah,
you know
Uganda
what, Josh?
plays Congo Brazzaville at
Yeah,
7 p.m.
yeah, Josh.
East African time.
It wasn't prepared, but I mean, let's talk about it. Uganda versus DRC. Josh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sports
yeah,
Jazz
yeah.
once again. Thank you everyone who's
Not
streaming.
DRC,
Let's
not
talk about
DRC, not
Congo,
DRC, Congo Brazzaville.
Congo Brazzaville. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Brazzaville.
I remember.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's confusing because they're both the same. But I mean, you have 2 minutes, Josh. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about that game. Uganda versus Congo.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Uganda's coach is called Put.
I'm
He's a
going to keep
Belgian.
quiet. Free flow, go at it.
No, Uganda's coach is called Put. He's Belgian.
Yeah,
He's managed around Africa for so long. He's not a novice at managing African teams, and he knows a thing or two about um, winning these qualifier games. What I've liked with him is he's shifted from the coach that Uganda had before, that was Micho, and he's given a lot of young players an opportunity to play football. And the best players that he has had in his team are the younger players, the Matos, the Omedis, and these are players who even play in the local league in Uganda, and by any standards, it is not. You wouldn't think that such players would be in the national team, but yes, they are, and they're showing that they can play. The thing though, I'm not impressed about Put is him playing arguably our best midfielder in a wrong position, because he, in the last game that we played against South Africa, he deployed a double pivot with Khalid Aucho and Ronald Sechiganda in a double pivot. Yet, for me, I would like to see a player like Ronald Sechiganda play farther up front, more advanced, because then he's going to give you the goods. But he has uh, he has been very he's been very steady in that new role, and he has just about chest everything in front of him. So
You
yeah.
know, if there's anyone, by the way, I know one of I know a supporter who keeps tweeting and talking about Uganda's performance or Uganda's football in general, even with the leagues too. That's Pierre Pound. I don't know whether you know Pierre Pounds, because I saw even
No,
earlier
no,
today
no,
she did tweet something. Oh yeah, she does. I mean, it's mad, like it's crazy
no,
how
I
she
don't know who
keeps
she is.
supporting. It's crazy.
I don't know who she is, but
I know.
it's all good. It's all good. I think Uganda will do well. Uganda
Yeah.
has always had the beating of Congo. The
Once
game
again,
is going to be
everyone.
played in Nambole National Stadium.
Yeah. Josh, I think that's it for today. Thank you everyone that has been streaming live with us. It's been a pleasure. Nick, as always, shout outs to your brother. Josh, I myself, Isaac, we had David earlier on. Signing out, guys. Cheers. Sports Just subscribe, like, and share.
Peace. See you guys.